All right, some books from just a random box. Again, trying to organize and do stuff. This whole first stack is all Tarzan or related to Tarzan. Love these because they also cover John Carter, Warlord of Mars, which would be done by DC, not Marvel. You have David Innings, which is at Earth's Core. All those are Edgar Rice Burroughs books. I just finished this run of Weird Worlds not long ago. So again, you can tell just the beautiful art on it. Yeah, some of them I've duplicated a couple times. And then Tarzan. And if you know, when Tarzan was taken over by DC, they actually took and kept the numbering, but they also did this, because even though this is 210, it's the fourth DC issue, so they kind of ran with it like that. And then the Tarzan family. Joe Kubert work. Again, he done a fantastic run on all the Tarzans. And the 100-page Giants. This is close to the end of that run before it got turned over to Marvel. I now have the complete run of DC and of the Marvel one, and I'm working on getting the Dell, gold key ones. Excuse me. I'm also trying to do these Dark Horse ones. I thought they did pretty good with the Tarzan ones. I haven't focused on them as much, but there's some great covers for those. And then, of course, we have Korak, son of Tarzan. And then back to the gold key Tarzan. Some pretty neat covers on a lot of these. And this is a Topps comic with Tarzan in it, but also the exact same cover used on a gold key. And then one of the earlier Dell ones is a 10 center. And then another Korak, Son of Stone. And then last is the DC Tarzan. Now over in this stack, we got some Teen Titan related stuff and others. The original first series. And all the promotional stuff will come. I have quite a number of copies. You'll notice the difference in like this part for the $1. Some of the stuff down here will change. As you notice here, the $1 is gone. This one has a different thing. If you look at the bottom here, so there is different ones of the same ones of these promotional books. Sometimes there could be only one. Sometimes there's 4 or 5 different promotional styles. And these are all, again, same thing with this one. I think it actually switches somewhere in there too. Again, most of these promotional ones I pick up for pretty relatively cheap, probably about $1 a book. See how that one switched? Look at the coloring. You can look at the fact that it don't have the banner on top. And then one of my favorite stories, this one and number 20 are two of my favorite ones to read from that run during that time period. By this time, comics had jumped to 60 cents, and my focus was on more things outside of just comics at the time. I was buying music and everything else. I think this is like my third copy of this or whatever, but when it moved to this price, this is one of the few, like I held on to the Justice League and the Avengers and certain books like that, the X-Men, and Teen Titans was one of the ones I kept reading. This is the number 1 or 2 issue. I'm trying to remember which one that is. I think it's number 2 of that series. There's only 2 books out of that whole thing. And this is a promotional from, see down here in McDonald's. It's a Spy Kids 3D game one. Nightman. If you ever watched the TV show, no matter how corny it was actually a fun to watch show. I actually enjoyed it. I try to pick up any kind of TV show related stuff. And if you look, trying to think if it's this one. Yeah, you notice how this is different and how his gloves are actually darker. He's got the light. Even his face is of a darker. So, I'm trying to remember if that was actually a error or just a printing, like a printing thing, or whether it was actually intended that way. It's number 3 of the 4, number 4 of the 4. Then eventually there's a Nightman and Gambit. And then his number 1 of his regular series. Got a couple of, and like I said, his regular series ran for a little while. I think the TV show probably helped it run. It wasn't like it was I don't think it was terribly sought after per se, but I think it, and that I love that cover with that werewolf on it. But I think the TV show running at the time, newsstand of that one. And I told you I actually love that cover, so that's my third one. As you can see by here, it's up to number 12. And this last stack is a lot of Kirby, McFarlane. More Kirby. It's Kirby, but McFarlane is in this. He does some stuff in this book. This is Satan 6. Satan 6 was a Kirby related one. I have all the cards that go with these. Number 1, number 2, number 3, I have 2 of. And number 4, if you know, this is the first appearance of Jason Voorhees in comics. Why this book isn't an outrageous price, which I'm glad when I got it. My brother's a big fan of the Jason stuff, so I got him one of them. But I've picked these up for $1, and he's actually a major character in all these horror movies, but yet his first appearance literally goes unnoticed by a lot of people. I guess it's not something they want to push hard to slab. Another character, Jack Kirby's, same thing here. Captain Victory was a great series. It's done really, supposed to be a continuation of a lot of the stuff he did at Marvel and DC. The Demon, great character. Now you can look at that and tell that's Kirby. the New Gods. Usually find the last part of the series pretty easy. I've got probably 5 copies of some of them at one time. And this is another Kirby creation, the Teen Agents. These come with cards too. I've collected all the cards. I'm missing one book of this, which is number 2. So I eventually want to fill that in. Just because, and these, I love this. This was a pretty neat series they did. It was first one the Topps did. I mean, Captain Glory. I've got about 2 or 3 of these, and Night Glider. Alright, so that is what was in the box. Alright, I'll see y'all next time.